A lot of fans are not angry at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because he can't play. That would be ridiculous. They're angry because Shai has become the cleanest face of the NBA they complain about every night. The pauses, the free throws, the contact hunting, the defender standing there with both hands up looking falsely accused. The title sounds harsh, I know. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the face of everything wrong in the NBA. But the annoying part is, he's also incredible. If he were some cheap scorer on a bad team, people would laugh and move on. But Oklahoma City won 64 games, took the top seed in the West, swept Phoenix in round 1, and now sits up 3-0 on the Lakers in round 2. Shai averaged 31.1 points and 6.6 assists in the regular season. He got to the line 9 times a night. Against Phoenix, he opened the playoffs at 33.8 points and 12.3 free throw attempts.
Wallace was looking for more, adding to that total. Taken away. Shai.
So the wins keep coming, the whistles keep coming, and the complaints keep coming. And you know what? I get it. Because when people watch Shai, they see two players at once. They see the elite scorer, the mid-range killer, the guy who changes pace so well defenders look like they're guarding him with church shoes. But they also see the player who turns one bad reach, one leaning hip, one lazy hand into 2 free points. He snakes into the lane. He slows down. He feels the defender. He rises through contact. Then the whistle comes. And some poor wing looks at the ref like, what was I supposed to do? Leave the building? But before we start, if you love basketball and you're one of the 90% who watch without subscribing, it's time to join the NBA Inside family. Now let's not do the dumb version of this argument. Shai is not a fraud. I'm not saying that. The man is one of the best scorers alive. His footwork is sharp. His handle is tight without being showy. His balance is ridiculous. His pace is nasty. He can speed you up, slow you down, bump you, freeze you, then rise into that soft mid-range jumper like the defender was just part of the wallpaper.
Defense again this year. Gilgeous-Alexander trying to break down Booker. The pull-up jumper is good, and Gilgeous-Alexander.
Against Phoenix, he shot 55.1% from the field while also getting 12.3 free throw attempts a game. He wasn't just living at the line. He was cooking too. The problem is how it feels. A 35-point Shai game can feel different from a 35-point Anthony Edwards game or a 35-point Steph game. Sometimes it feels colder, slower, more surgical, like he's taking your team apart with tweezers while everybody else is begging for the game to breathe again. That's where Shai becomes bigger than himself. He's showing everybody what the modern NBA rewards. Drawing fouls gives you efficient points. It stops transition. It sets your defense. It puts opponents in foul trouble. Coaches love that. Front offices love that. Your old school uncle hates it. But the spreadsheet doesn't care about Uncle Tony. Of course, players train it. Of course, stars master it. Of course, someone as smart as Shai looks at the rules and says, alright, this is where the value is. And that's why he's become the symbol. He has the ball. He gets the whistle. He plays for the young monster that might own the West for years. He's calm enough to annoy you, smart enough to punish you, and good enough that even when you complain, you know your team still can't stop him.
Caldwell Pope, 5 made threes on 6 taken. Shai for 3 and a response and a big one.
Oklahoma City is 7-0 in the postseason, and every win has come by at least 18 points. That's not barely surviving on referee help. That's leaving the other team looking like it needs a film session and maybe a new hobby. Against the Lakers in Game 1, Los Angeles bothered Shai. He scored 18 points with 7 turnovers. And Reuters noted it was his first game under 20 since last year's Western Conference Final. Sounds promising, right? Nope. Oklahoma City still won by 18. Then Shai dropped 37 in Game 2 and gave him 23 points and 9 assists in Game 3. That's the nightmare. You complain about the whistle, but the team is also defending, forcing turnovers, running, hitting threes, and making your offense look like it was drawn up on a napkin. The story's not just Shai gets calls. That's too small. The real story is that Oklahoma City looks like the future, and Shai's the player showing everyone what that future feels like. Young, efficient, ruthless, smart. And maybe not always fun if you grew up loving a different style. Fans hate watching a player beat their team while also controlling the whistle. It feels unfair emotionally, even when the basketball logic makes sense. Your defender has to be perfect. Shai only has to be clever. One reach, one bump, one late hand, and there he goes again, walking to the line with that calm face. Some stars yell, some flex, some complain after every miss like the rim insulted their mother. Shai just looks like he already read the answer key. That calmness makes everything worse when he's doing it to your team. Then there's LeBron. And this is where the contrast gets loud. LeBron is a walking timeline of the league. He played through the physical mid-2000s, super teams, pace and space, the three-point boom. And now, this version, where pauses, angles, and contact tricks are baked into offense. LeBron absorbs contact like a moving truck and sometimes gets nothing. Then Shai catches a defender leaning 1 inch too far and everybody hears the whistle. After Game 2, Reuters reported that J.J. Redick complained that LeBron had only 5 free throw attempts through the first 2 games, despite repeated contact, including hits to the head. Austin Reeves was frustrated too. And honestly, that's where fans lose it. They watch LeBron get hit like he owes somebody money. Then watch Shai get rewarded for subtle contact. And it feels like 2 rulebooks are working in the same building. Now, some of that is body type. Bigger players have complained about this forever. Shaq sounded like he wanted to fight the rulebook behind the arena. LeBron has dealt with it for years. When contact doesn't move you much, officials miss it or let it go. Slimmer guards create a cleaner picture. A bump looks bigger. A reach looks worse. But players also practice this stuff. Stop short, get the defender on your hip, keep the dribble alive, wait for the reach, step across the pass, lift when the arm appears, force the official to decide. Fans hate hearing it, but that's a skill. Annoying skill, sure, the basketball version of knowing every parking rule on the block, but still a skill. And if a skill wins games, players will use it. This is professional basketball, not a neighborhood game. Oklahoma City understands that better than almost anybody. They pressure the ball. They force turnovers. They run after mistakes. They space the floor. They attack closeouts. They defend with lengths. And when the game slows down, Shai gives them one of the most reliable half-court weapons in the world. That's why the hate gets so loud. The Thunder already have Chet Holmgren at the rim, Jalen Williams attacking seams, Lou Dort annoying ball handlers for a living, Alex Caruso making winning plays, shooters everywhere, young legs everywhere. And then, on top of all that, Shai walks your best defender into foul trouble 1 possession at a time. Like, buddy, you already took the house. You need the garage too? Still, fans are hypocrites about this. They hate foul drawing until their guy does it in May. Then it becomes craft. Then it becomes veteran savvy. Then it becomes using his body. Please. Shai is the face of it because he's too good, too calm, too successful, and too connected to the version of basketball people already complain about. The league built the environment. Shai mastered it. Now everyone's mad at the student for getting an A. That doesn't mean fans are wrong to be annoyed. Playoff basketball should have weight. Defenders should be allowed to make a star uncomfortable without every aggressive possession becoming a whistle debate. When the game keeps stopping, the tension leaks out. The crowd gets restless. Defenders get careful. Viewers start scrolling. Once people watch the ref more than the players, the product has a problem. But don't let the ref argument hide how good Oklahoma City is.
Threading the needle, Hartenstein extra, Mitchell the 3-ball, bounces off, tipped home.
In Game 3 against the Lakers, the Thunder shot 56.4% from the field, made 17 threes, forced 17 turnovers, and turned those turnovers into 30 points. That's not one guy getting calls. That's a machine. That's also why this is not just a playoff reaction topic. Oklahoma City is a future of the league topic. They're what happens when a franchise builds around talent. length, pressure, depth, clean decisions, and a superstar who understands every inch of the rulebook. The league pushed efficiency. Players listened. Then teams chased clean shots, spacing, rim pressure, free throws, and each edge. Then Oklahoma City built a team that checks almost every modern box, put Shai at the center, and now fans are staring at the results like, wait, I hate this. Shai didn't invent the modern NBA's problem. He made them impossible to ignore. He isn't loud. He's not reckless. He's not some cartoon villain doing interviews in sunglasses indoors. He just plays the smartest, coldest, most rule-aware basketball possible.
Staying this level of shooting for the entire 48.
Gilgeous-Alexander comes back.
Then wins while everyone argues about whether it feels right. Fans want skill without paperwork. They want defenders to have a chance. They want playoff games to breathe. They want physicality without chaos. They want greatness without feeling like the rulebook is getting worked all night. He's elite. He's annoying. He's brilliant. He's frustrating. He's one of the best players in the world. And he's the perfect face of the NBA habits people cannot stand. Oklahoma City is not going away. Shai's not changing. The league's not suddenly rewarding worse shots because people miss old vibes. So if fans hate what he represents, the issue's bigger than one player. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the face of everything wrong in the NBA because he's doing exactly what the modern league taught stars to do. He mastered the whistle. He mastered the math. He mastered the pace. And now he's using all of it to drag Oklahoma City toward another title run, while everybody argues about whether this is genius or a problem.